Most people completely missed the message behind Bad Bunny's halftime show. Some called it a disgrace, but it wasn't just music. It was identity. It wasn't just Spanish. It was a cultural statement. Every image was intentional. And the final song, that was the real message. But what was the meaning of the entire show? Hola a todos, me llamo André, y hoy I'm going to break down the entire show and the things that you did not understand within the show. If you are not already subscribed to the channel. ¿Estás listo? Vamos. The first thing I wanted to mention was the opening statement of the guy playing the guitarra. Qué rico ser latino, which translates to how rich to be Latino or how nice to be Latino. After he was like, "Oy se ve," and he opened up showing the grass fields. The grass fields is a representation of the hardworking Latinos in the fields. When they pick the wheats and they pick the fruits, you know, they're hard at work. That was just a visual representation of why the grass was there. You know, there's tons of workers in that field because in Mexico and otros países, what I learned is that there's so many workers in these fields. Y la primera cosa that Bad Bunny showed when he was singing Titi Me Preguntó, he showed all the little tiendas, all the little stands of the jewelry stand. He showed the coco stand, like, you know, with the coconut, the taco guy. And when he gave him a bebida, that's actually what happens in La Carne Asada, which is a fiesta de los mexicanos. You'll give the taco guy like a bebida, you'll give him some type of refresher to show your gratitude for making all the tacos. Another thing I liked that I saw was the viejitos like playing dominoes. I thought that was really cool because cuando voy a una ciudad con muchos latinos o muchos viejitos latinos, they like to play cards, dar cartas, like poker. They like to play dominoes. That's actually a cultural thing that the viejitos, what I've seen, like to do as well too. And I like the idea when Lady Gaga was brought on and she started singing and representing la cultura de Latino America, de Puerto Rico. I really liked it because what I learned from that was that even if you don't know anything about la cultura, you could actually represent it completely and you can embrace it as much as you can. Like, that's what I did, right? No sabía nada sobre la cultura, pero aprendí la lengua, aprendí totalmente por mi cuenta, y hablo como así ahorita, y bueno. So I like that aspect because when they started dancing together, when they started being together, it showed that you cannot know anything about this cultura, but you can still embrace it, and we welcome you with open arms. Even like being in Los Sabos myself, like I didn't know anything sobre la cultura, and now like otros mexicanos piensan que mis padres son de México, pero no es la verdad, mis padres son estadounidenses. And the kid falling asleep in the chair, like that actually happens. That's actually something that happens in las fiestas. Like the kids will, like, you know, van a dormir las sillas, you know, they'll sleep on the chairs. And some people caught it, some people didn't, but I saw it and I was like, oh, like that's actually what happens in like las fiestas, you know. This is what happens, like the kids like to just fall asleep, and then Benito's like, I know, come here, like get up, you know. I thought that was really cool as well too. When the song Baile Inolvidable played, Benito se dice baile sin miedo, and I thought that was really cool because that translates to dance without fear, to be proud of being Latino, being proud of your cultura, being proud even if you are a no sabo like me, like I was a no sabo, like be proud because you're Latino, and todos los países son Latinos and they're all hardworking people. I thought it was also cool like that he had like una banda and they were cantando, like they were just singing. I thought that was really cool because like that actually happens. Like there's like mariachis, there's bandas, there's corridos, there's different types of music in Latino America, específicamente de México y todos los países. And the banda, so to say, that's cultural. That's showing the cultura de no solamente de Puerto Rico, because a lot of people were saying that was Puerto Rican culture. No. This is todo Latino America. This is all about Latino America cultura. It's not just about Puerto Rico. It's about all the countries. I also like that he brought out the diversity of different Latinos. Like you saw Afro Latinos, you saw different types of Latinos, Latinas with curly hair, with straight hair, with wavy hair, with dark skin, light skin, you know, there's like Mexicanos, Colombianos, de verdad, like they're all Latinos in that sense. And then when we got to the polls, right, this is where people actually did not understand what Bad Bunny was doing, what he was saying, and who he was speaking to. He was speaking about the hurricane that happened in Puerto Rico and how the U.S. didn't send anyone for help and the lack of resources that they did have in Puerto Rico when the hurricane did happen. And he blames like the president, he blames people that in office that just did not want to help, and yeah, that's what he was saying in that. And you know, it was almost like I was just listening to it, you know, there's a clip of me just listening to the whole Super Bowl halftime show like when it first came out, and I thought it was really interesting how he mentioned that and he expressed his emotion towards it because he is such a big figure. And people are going to listen a lot to what he says, whether you agree, disagree or not. Like, he has a big platform and he's going to bring eyeballs to what he said and what he represented. And then at the very end, you know, like, he started bringing out todos los países, right? And started naming them all one by one. Colombia, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Mexico, you know, and then Puerto Rico. And he even named Canadá, Estados Unidos. Like, he even named United States and Canada. I thought that was really cool because what people didn't realize when he was talking about like Americanos, like we're all son Americanos, it's not about, that's not even the correct word. It's estadounidense when you're speaking about an American citizen, because todos los países son Americanos. It's just like they're from South America or Latin America, right? Or Central America. But they're all American in that sense. All these countries son americanos, no solamente de los Estados Unidos. That was really cool that he brought out all those countries, and then including that, the sign on the background saying that the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And I like that because it tied into at the very end where he says, when he had the football, he showed the football of We Make America, saying we all make America. It's not even just a representation of the United States, it's a representation of todo de America. He's saying that, you know, we're all America. You know, and I thought that was really cool. And he played the very end song, Debí tirar más fotos. He's saying we give love, we give hugs, we give kisses in that song. That's what he was saying in some of the lyrics. That was the biggest message of what he was saying. Right, and a lot of people don't understand that message. A lot of people that are not Latinos don't understand that message. The point about what he did was that he brought more eyes to what's happening, and he brought more eyes to la cultura de México, de todo el país, de todo América, de Suramérica, de todo. And it was a bigger meaning behind it, saying that we're all American, and that with love we can actually do a lot better, and we can make a change in this world, make a change in America, rather than hate. Haz clic aquí por este video, suscríbete, tú eres nuevo, haz lo que haces por ti. Adiós mis amigos, chao. ¡Mua!